It was the V-Road, V-Max and the Rocket 3 which used to rule the muscle bike world. But ever since the introduction of Ducati Diavel, this trio literally went out of big picture. After Harley-Davidson discontinuing the V-Road, there was just the V-Max and the Rocket 3 left. To be honest, there is nothing really wrong with these motorcycles. In fact, the V-Max is still the most powerful motorcycle in the muscle bike segment with almost 200 brake horsepower. But these motorcycles are in a dire need of refreshment in order to stay relevant. Now, it seems that Triumph is about to land that knockout punch on the Ducati Diavel with their all-new Rocket 3. No, it's not an update. It's all new from ground up. Recently, the spy photographers from MCN caught a new Rocket 3 prototype running around in the urban wilderness. And boy oh boy, that thing is a behemoth. To put in simple words, everything about the motorcycle is just massive. The current Rocket 3 has the largest production engine in any motorcycle with a capacity of 2.3 liters. The engine produces 145 brake horsepower and a gargantuan 221 Nm of torque. It's being rumored that the new motorcycle will have an even bigger 2.5-liter engine which will be capable of producing upwards of 180 brake horsepower and God knows how much torque. The new Rocket 3 proudly displays its massive exhaust headers coming out of that giant inline trooper. In this application, it seems that the engine is being used as a stressed member, as there is no visible frame. The headstock seems to be bolted directly onto the top of the engine. The specifics about the suspension hardware is still unknown, but it's safe to assume that it will be fully adjustable. The brakes are appeared to be Brembo monoblocks. To tame this mammoth, Triumph will provide all sorts of electronic gizmos which includes lane-sensitive traction control, cornering ABS, rider modes, quick shifter, plus all the usual creature comfort like the heated grips, cruise control, LED lighting, etc. It looks like that the new Rocket 3 has the same instrument cluster as on the Scrambler 1200. If that's the case, then it will have the same Google Maps and GoPro integration. Compared to the old motorcycle, that will be a giant leap in terms of technology. This prototype only had a single seat, but it's possible that a subframe might be available as an option just like the Speedmaster. Like the previous model, the power will be transmitted to the rear wheel with the help of a shaft drive. From the design standpoint alone, it is clear that the Triumph is looking to take on the Ducati Diavel. But both of these motorcycles will be entirely different in characters. For example, the existing Triumph Rocket 3 is almost 130 kilograms heavier than the Ducati Diavel. We can hopefully expect that the new Rocket 3 will be lighter than the outgoing model. But still, there is a good chance that it might be considerably heavier than the Ducati Diavel. But despite that heavy bulk, one thing is for sure, the Triumph Rocket 3 will be an exhilarating machine to ride, just because of that still unknown gargantuan torque figure. There are no words from Triumph on when this motorcycle will be launched. But on 21st of this month, Triumph is making an announcement about the Triumph Factory Customs. Maybe we can expect to see something at that time.